Thank you everyone for joining. We really appreciate it. This is the first ever DistriCtWAVE. And we have two really great bands that we're going to feature today. We have Amulet and the Neuro Farm. Both are wonderful darkwave bands from Washington, D.C. And just as a little background, we started this as a chance to really feature some of the really great music that is happening in the nation's capital right now. I'm totally in love with it. And we have a lot of really great bands. And we're really excited to present the two that we're going to feature tonight. Just as my name is Chris Cantor. I founded Procession Magazine. And I'm really happy that we've worked with both of these bands through the magazine. As far as tonight's program goes, we're going to start with Amulet with a little interview. We're going to have a raffle, and then we're going to premiere their new video, Last Ditch. And then we're going to turn it over to the Neuro Farm. They're going to have an interview right here in this room. And then they're going to premiere music from their new album, Vampyre. And then we'll have another raffle. And the Neuro Farm also wanted to ask me some questions about the magazine. So as a bonus track, well, we might stick around and talk about goth mags. So anyway, on that note, I'm going to turn it over to Amulet and Daniel to begin.
Hi, everybody. I'm Daniel Hill with Alchemical Records. Very excited to be here. Always tried to acknowledge the idea that Alchemical Records is a space for every kind of genre of music, and really enjoyed the opportunity to meet with Chris by way of Amulet, and to be able to partner for this event and spread the love for the darkwave music in the Washington, D.C. community. Thank you for having me. Hi, Amulet. How are you tonight?
Hi, doing great. I want to make sure everybody can chat with us, though. Can we make sure we enable the chat for everybody?
That is a good question.
Yes.
I can now chat, but
as a non-panelist, we want to chat with everybody, though.
Can our non-panelists chat yet?
Yes. So we can work on, hopefully Chris can work on that while we chat.
Well, while they're doing that, a lot of folks in the meeting today probably know Johnny Panic. Johnny, you want to say hi to everybody?
Hey everyone, so excited for this. Such an honor to be here and to get to introduce that next act.
The Neuro Farm. Looking forward to that, Johnny. Thank you. Well, we've got a little bit of a Q&A that we're trying to provide the opportunity for you to provide your questions. In the meantime, do you want to go ahead and dig into a few I have ready for you?
Sure thing.
All right. So you released your debut album, House of Black and White, on April 20th, and now you're about to make your public live performance debut as a band early next year. Can you tell us a little bit about how you two met and how it evolved into the album and where you are now?
Want to take it?
Sure. Thanks, Daniel. Hi, Johnny. Hi, Chris, and everyone. Yeah, we basically met through work, and it's kind of a funny story, really. But where we work, we have a couple of different offices. Stephanie's moved on to a different company now, but at the time we had two different offices, and our Virginia office decided to challenge the DC office to a battle of the bands. And I've been playing in bands for a few years, and I had a colleague who also played guitar, and I said to him, Gavin Shah, he may be in the audience. Hi, Gavin, if you're there. So Gavin and I said, look, are we going to let this thing stand? Are we going to let this challenge stand? And we're like, nah, we're gonna have to do this. We're gonna have to have this battle. And but we didn't have a vocalist. So Stephanie had literally just started a couple of weeks before, and Gavin and I were sort of standing next to her desk, and we're going, I wonder what we can do about a singer. And Stephanie's just sitting right there. And I turned to Stephanie and say, hey, Steph, can you sing? And she goes, I guess so. And like, we're like, you're hired. So, we didn't really know if she could sing or not. But turns out she can really, really sing. So we're like, wow, this is great. She's like amazing. So needless to say, I don't know if anybody from our company is on, but I think it was safe to say that we kind of won the battle pretty much. And then, we got so excited about that, we decided we'd actually keep going. And we played together in this cover band for about 10 years, I guess. And then finally we got to the point where like, it's time that we started writing some original material. So COVID, as bad as it was, gave us a bit of an opportunity to start writing some material because we weren't commuting and we were kind of stuck at home. And Stephanie's been in Dallas all during that time. So we basically wrote the album with me in DC and Stephanie in Dallas. And we started working with Gavin. And then at some point we realized that our material was sort of going in a different direction from Gavin. So we ended up sort of parting ways musically, amicably. We're still buddies. That was basically it. And we got some session players to help us on the sections that we couldn't do, particularly drums and some guitar and some piano. And that was it. And I do want to take a quick opportunity to say some thank yous. I don't know when the best time to say the thank yous is. Well, let's just get the thank yous out because there are a lot of people who helped us. And I really want to make sure we give them some recognition. Devin Spear at Exhale Studios engineered and produced the album with us. And Konrad Osipowicz was doing the mastering. Thanks to those guys. And then some of the other musicians, Laurie Taylor and John Taylor, Caleb Gilbreth on drums, and Gavin Shire again playing guitar. Then we've now put our current band together based around the album, and hopefully some of those people are watching. Bob Carr, Thomas Grothy's playing drums with us, Mark Schramm on lead guitar, and Alison Frayne on keys. And a few other people. I'm just going to get those thank yous out again now. Daniel, to you for all your advice and help, and to Chris Cantor from the team at Procession, including Renee Ramos, who did all the cool designs for this event, and Aaron Stewart, who's helping us with our event planning for February, William Zimmerman, who's our press agent, and Unit Code Machine, who we're working with on doing some remixes, and then also the Neuro Farm, who are going to be here. Thanks, everybody. This is a community, and it really takes a village to raise an album. So, that's where we're at. So it's kind of a long answer, but I'll leave it at that.
So you had mentioned this event in February, which we now have, an announcement that we can make. Did you want to go ahead and make that announcement?
Yeah, sure. Stephanie, do you want to talk about the event a little bit?
Sure. We're going to have an event in February 11th, and it's going to be much more than just live music, but it will be live music. It will also have all of our favorite DJs DJing, and we're going to have performers such as silk dancers and maybe fire breathers, hopefully, if the city lets us, things like that. And just a really fun time, Valentine's Day, dark Valentine's Day type of party
at the public bar in Washington DC on February the 11th. So put that on your calendars because you're all invited.
Yes.
That's exciting.
Super exciting.
So Stephanie, while I have you, you have a lot of different genres and subgenres represented, throughout House of Black and White. How do your influences and just what you enjoy listening to as well, like how do those things all come out into the different songs represented on 16 tracks on House of Black and White?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I never really thought, gee, I'm going to think, I love this band, I'm going to make it sound like that. I just kind of, we wrote it all together, and I would be sitting down and listening to it, and I'm like, wow, that actually really sounds like The Cure, this little piece of it. Like a little piece reminds me of that. Like that's, of course, everyone loves The Cure, duh. But my influences are just always going to be the things that I grew up on. It just sticks with you. Like any kind of dark goth industrial stuff of the 90s and early 2000s, of course, it's going to be my jam. So I kind of just pull that from my brain, and my DNA is made from those bands. So kind of accidentally influences it. But what about you?
Well, I grew up in in England in the 1970s and 80s. And, you know, that was an amazing time for music. And it always felt to me like my influences were not just musical, but it's what the band stands for that really connected with me. And so, you know, we were going through a difficult time at that time. Unemployment was really high, and young people, I think, were suffering because of that. And I think punk really grew out of that. And it was a rebellion. It was a musical cultural rebellion against the status quo. And the music to me stood for something important. It was youth saying, pay attention to us, we're unhappy and we need to be heard. And I think that, you know, bands like the Sex Pistols really kind of characterized for me what that rebellion and irreverence stood for. But of course, I love the music because it feels like a rebellion. And music that makes you feel a certain way like that has always been a greater influence for me. But at the time also The Wall by Pink Floyd came out. And of course, you know, I'd gone through this horrible education of discipline and forced exams. And this song comes out, We Don't Need No Education. And I'm like, yeah, I'm with that. I'm done with this education. And so it was really connected to me at the time. So I felt like that musical influences for me were more than just the music, always. And so some of the bands like that, and both of us also like David Bowie. I think Life on Mars was the first 45 RPM single that I ever bought. I remember listening to that. Sailors fighting in the dance hall. You know, look at those cavemen go, the mice in the million hordes from Ibiza to the Norfolk Broads. Still remember it now. It just sort of brings up all these images of kind of a different era for me. So I love David Bowie as well.
Are there any specific examples of like this rebellion or like that kind of we have something to say message springing up in one of your tracks?
Well, yeah, I mean, House of Black and White, the album, I mean, it's really there's a feeling that, you know, we've gotten to a point in society where it feels like everybody's looking for simple answers and nothing is really simple. And to look for simple answers, to understand things in a simple way really doesn't grasp what's going on. You have to question everything. And so we felt in the track House of Black and White, it's really looking at the way America has become, it's either one thing or the other. And we don't see society and people as either one thing or the other. Everything is infinitely complex. And we should really question everything. We should question all the assumptions and dig deep, because to really understand the way society and people are, it doesn't call for simple answers. And it's the vast complexity of the differences and diversity between people, which are the joy that we have in American society. And I think we've gotten to a point where we're looking to extremes of black or white. And that's why the House of Black and White turns to gray is one of the lyrics in the song. We don't believe in extremes. We believe in the complexity of life and asking questions and understanding and learning.
I think that definitely sets the tone for the album really well.
Good job.
Appreciate that. Yeah. So one of those tracks, of course, being Last Ditch, you're gonna show the music video here for the first time tonight. Can you talk a little bit about specifically that song, its lyrics, its imagery, and kind of set the stage for what people are about to see in the music video?
Oh, sure. So this one was one of the first songs that I wrote, and Mike and I wrote the music, but I wrote the lyrics. And it came from a dream. It actually did. And it came from this woman who had lost a lot of loves in the dream. They had died somehow, and in the song they have died somehow. So it's a little ambiguous how they have died. You'll get to determine how they died. But
you show more than one method.
Yeah, so we'll see. You get to choose your own adventure. But she's just going through the mourning process and trying to understand, like, how to process pain of losing a relationship, and like how to deal with it. And so she's contemplating whether she wants to continue to live or to join the person in death. And so at the end, she decides what she wants to do. So that's kind of the story of that drama of life and death. So, yeah.
We're excited to check it out. Chris,
Yeah.
do you have it queued up, or did you want to do the raffle first? Shall we hold to the raffle after the video?
Let's do the raffle first, and then I do have the video queued up so we can go with it. Am I on?
You're on.
Oh, good, good. We have technical,
it all.
technical people here who can push buttons.
Woohoo.
That's me. Wait, you're hiding your video.
Okay, we're doing a raffle.
We were selecting random winners from our pre-registration form. Thank you for everybody that pre-registered and everybody that's here, as well as all of your comments here. Really appreciate being able to see everybody's comments. If you have any questions that you'd like to ask Amulet, go ahead and post it, and we will try to touch base with them after we watch the video. Chris, do you have the winner of our first raffle? For those that don't know, we've got some merch giveaways. We're giving away from Alchemical Records a button set that we developed
Is
with
that legal?
Parademers of Bad Crystal Art, which Mara, our social media coordinator, who's here with us in the chat, she managed that program and set that up for us, did an amazing job. And so we're trying to highlight collaborations of graphic designers and musicians by creating a series of new merch items from never before made things. So that's what we're giving away. And Amulet has one of their custom design.
Yeah, we've got these
t-shirts
really,
that are showing
really
off. Look at
cool
that.
t-shirts
Whoa.
with Stephanie's face on it. But you can't see her eyes, they're kind of hidden, but the t-shirt's really cool looking.
It is cool.
Yeah, so that's one of our things. And I think we've got some Bandcamp download codes as well for the album.
Very exciting. And then we have the Neuro Farm. Hello, Rebecca. How are you?
Hello.
This is like a gothic Pee-wee's Playhouse here.
It's the coolest.
It's the word of the day.
Yes. Technical difficulty.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and announce the wonderful winner of the Amulet raffle is Christopher Willett.
Chris! Hi, Chris!
So he will be receiving lots of cool Amulet swag
Yay.
very shortly. And with that,
Congratulations, Chris.
I am gonna go over and play the video.
Oh
Enjoy.
boy, the world premiere of Last Stitch. I hope you enjoy it. It was super fun.
And cold, it's very cold to make it, especially for Stephanie.
Yes.
All right, last stitch, everybody.
Cool.
Yay.
Thanks. Thanks for all the comments, everybody.
Thank you. Awesome.
It was fun to make.
Yes.
Stephanie got cold, especially with the wine chuck.
Yes.
That was tough going. And we had some passers-by who took quite an interest in what we were doing.
Yeah, because I was screaming from pouring cold wine on myself.
So we got through it.
Yes. Shout out to my mom for being an assistant. Thanks, Mom.
You can always count on Mom.
Yep.
That's great. You must be so ready for air by the end of that refrain.
Yes. Yeah. It feels great just taking a deep breath after that.
Right.
Well, the held notes on In Silence We Die, that was longer, right? 28 seconds.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Check that out.
It's incredible. Sometimes though, it's not just about like holding the long note. It's the fact that you have all of this material after that you have
Yes.
to immediately be back at, at the start of. So yeah, the vocals are incredible. A very dynamic song. I love how there seems to be so much buildup every single time leading up to that refrain. And so when it's there, it's always this energy is released, and it's noticed every time I hear it. So fantastic track. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Daniel. Thanks.
Congratulations on the video debut. I'm going to hand it off now to Johnny Panic, who's going to spend a little time with the Neuro Farm to show off all the cool toys they have for you next.
Hey, everybody. So I guess it's my honor to be able to introduce the Neuro Farm, who I no longer see on screen now. Hi. How y'all doing? All right, so a few quick questions. If you just introduce yourself and tell us where y'all met, how y'all came together.
Yes, I'll start. Hey, I'm Brian. I'm the guitarist and one of the singers for the band. I guess we can just go down the line.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Rebecca. Sorry, I'm gonna get confused.
She sings and violins and giggles.
She does.
Yes. I'm Tim. I do the keyboards and textures and the spooky sounds. Screamer D, do some drumming, do a little singing, do a little social media, TNF TV, blogging, stuff like that. So mostly I just work here though.
Oh yeah, how we met.
Oh, yeah.
We met in grad school, and then
2000.
actually, hi Chris. Chris found Colin for us. Which,
Oh,
No.
the other Chris.
Yeah, not me.
oh yeah, not Chris who's on camera right now. Chris Willett, who won the Amulet shirt. Congratulations, by the way. And then Tim joined the band because we did Darkwave Night 3, and we just loved him as a synth player. We've been thinking about stealing him forever, and he finally agreed to join our band.
Yeah, and he just told us we announced his joining the band 1 year ago today.
Yeah, happy
Yes.
anniversary,
Yeah, happy
Tim.
anniversary.
Oh, I wish you guys could be on video, because now it feels like we're just talking to this little webcam, but we love you, especially Rob and Jen and Chris, and this Chris who's standing right here,
Oh.
and Johnny Panic.
Mhm. But everybody.
Yeah, all of you. And importantly, Abdel, who helped us so
Oh,
much
yeah.
with our album.
So what do y'all feel are your like musical influences? What kind of is the background, the inspiration?
I guess it's a really diverse set of influences. I think we all listen to different kinds of music, and a lot of the times when I come up with an idea for a song, it's just something I hear, any genre. It could be Rammstein or Pink Floyd or Joanna Newsom or something, and just try to incorporate that into a song, use it in some way, and make it something ours.
Yeah, and Chelsea Wolf, I
Oh,
would
yeah.
say. Who else? Sigur Rós, whose shirt Tim's
Oh, my gosh.
wearing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I think the thing is also when I joined this band, but we already had similar musical influences. So to mention like Pink Floyd, Radiohead, also like the classics like The Cure and Depeche Mode, and all those bands of Joy Division. No surprise since we do a Joy Division song live. So, but at least for our influences, they seem to be pretty much along the same. I think our Venn diagram of influences is pretty much a solid circle at this point.
So yeah, that diversity, do you think that's why, like, one thing that really impresses me about y'all is the first time just you can play anywhere. The first time I saw you, you were opening for a Latin pop singer. Then I saw y'all on like several witchy bills, and then goth bills, and then most recently like on an old school punk bill. What do y'all think? Like, you win the audience every time. What do y'all think? What makes that magic?
Love you, Johnny Panic. Thank you so much for the lovely comments. Well, not to be self-congratulatory, but I feel like, good music is good music and it has general appeal. We just tend to prefer more minor keys, and yeah.
Yeah, it's a diverse set of influences, and I think that comes across. I don't think we sound like a genre. We kind of have our own sound.
I still, one of my favorite quotes actually is Rebecca in Procession, accidentally goth.
Yeah, that's so true, because we were, Chris Willett, you wouldn't know this, when you were still in the band. By the way, Chris Willett was our longest serving bass player, so love him. We were mostly in the DC indie scene, and then we sort of found our goth community, and like I said before, goth happened to us. And we just love you all so much that we want to keep making music that you would enjoy as well. So our next album is the anthology of Vampyrism, which I really hope you guys will like.
Yeah, when I saw that quote in Procession, I was like, that should be on the back of their t-shirt. Goth happened to us. So
would say we're generally very happy people, as you can tell, but we're happy people that just happen to love goth music.
So you brought up the vampiric themes on the new album and spooky season. So first, like, what brought about the whole vampiric themes? And second, if you could be any vampire, which vampire would you be?
Oh,
Gotcha.
oh, wow. That's a great question. I'm trying to think if there's any prominent, probably Lilith, just because, she's classic. Or Camilla.
Count Dracula.
Sure.
I'll go with that.
That's Dracula.
I think the Count from Sesame Street.
There he
Oh,
is.
yeah.
That was always my favorite.
Mhm. Yeah, Vampirism actually came about because of the song you wrote, the Vampire song, wasn't that the first? That kind of kicked the whole thing off.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you guys have all seen True Blood on HBO. There was one scene where Bill, who's one of the main vampires, went back to his house to sort of say goodbye to his still mortal wife, and that scene kind of struck a chord with me, and I was thinking about that divide that immortality and mortality have, and so that was our first vampire song, and then we went back to the biblical origin of Cain, Cain and Abel in the Bible, and then we went from there, and yeah, inspiration just kept coming to us, and all of a sudden we have an album that's set to be released next week.
Yeah, the album kind of tells a story about that main character that Rebecca came up with, the vampire who could no longer be with her husband because she was a vampire, he was not. We kind of built a story around that. Yeah, including another song that's written from the perspective of her husband, the mortal husband that she can't be with, which is also a song.
Before we move along to the music and raffle and everything. Does anybody in the chat have questions I could pass along? Audience participation, maybe?
While we wait, so let me just say, Tim and Jeff are Big Curve Music. So Tim has been doing a lot to help make this album. And yeah, thank you, Tim.
Oh, yeah, no problem. I think that the label actually didn't exist until I was already a member of the band. So kind of showed favoritism by putting them out on my own label. But Jeff at Big Curve is my partner there. I don't know if he's watching or not, but big thanks to him.
It's synergy, right?
Oh yeah, synergy. Yes, we have synergized energies.
Seeing that last show with Tim as part of it, it's like I never thought like you all weren't missing anything, but then something else just like it just filled in something. I don't know.
Right? Yeah, we were.
It's not like I was
missing-
ever like they're missing something, but y'all like kind of got something there.
Yep,
So,
we got Tim.
Yeah, I filled about
Right.
this much space.
So Abdel wants to know what the most challenging aspect of you making music is.
Hmm. Hi, Abdel. Thank you so much for helping us with the album.
Yeah, huge amount of help.
You're the best. You guys, Abdel has recorded a whole orchestra at Strathmore. So that's pretty impressive.
And a lot of help on the last albums too.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the descent as well.
Last
Yeah.
record.
Yeah.
Most challenging though. What's the most challenging
What's-
thing?
Funny as synth player.
I could just say most challenging is because I don't write lyrics or sing. So the most challenging for me is finding the right people to work with to really kind of complete any kind of vision that I have sonically. So
Yeah, and I'd say that for us too. I mean, it took us a long time to find Colin and a long time to find you. So
Mhm,
yeah,
but now we're here.
yeah,
mhm,
everything is perfect.
Sweet.
Rob asked when the new album's coming out.
You're on? So it's 29th, right? Next Friday.
Yeah.
Yes, new album 29th. Mastered by Rob, who's we've worked with before, but has done a fantastic job on this record.
Yeah.
Hopefully everybody hears a real sonic difference between our last record and this record. So thank you, Rob, so much. Really,
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah, by the way, check out 11 Grams, Rob's band. Phenomenal band. And we're hoping to have 11 Grams and Syzygex with us at Darkwave Night 4. So stay tuned. We're still putting that show together. It's going to be
Yeah,
amazing.
that's been the only other question, and multiple times. When's the next live show in the chat? So
Yeah, so we're putting together Darkwave Night 4. I don't know if you guys know, but Johnny Panic and us started the Darkwave Night series before the pandemic, and we obviously had to pause the whole project for obvious reasons. But now people are getting vaccinated and feeling comfortable going out. So we're going to bring back Darkwave Night 4. So subscribe to any of our things, or subscribe to Chris's Procession Magazine.
Yeah, I'll announce it.
Yes.
We'll find out.
Darkwave Night 4 won't be far away, and it will be easy to find.
yeah, anybody who follows me, I'll be hyping it like every day in every group, like I do. So yeah, thank you so much, and it's such an honor. I really appreciate y'all asking me to be the one to introduce you, and it's been such an honor and such a great experience working on shows with y'all. Y'all just simply wonderful. So without further ado, if you want to do the drawing, and let's hear some new music.
Sure. So
Well, no, you guys can announce the raffle winner
okay.
is Nicole Cummings.
Okay. All right. So we have a winner, Nicole
Cummings.
Cummings. You get a Neuro Farm t-shirt. So please message us and we'll send
I
it.
have her email. so
Okay.
we will-
Yeah. Or if you come see us at our show, you will also get a free CD to go along with the t-shirt. Your pick.
Congratulations, Nicole.
Yeah, congratulations, Nicole. Woo!
Yes.
Anyway,
She's been with me through this whole entire journey of darkness. So congratulations.
So before it gets played, anything you want people to know about this upcoming track video?
Well, I think first off, we just wanted to put a little promo video to talk about the album, just very briefly, give a little bit about the story. So it's just, we're going to do that first. And then the track that we're going to premiere called Confession, you can speak to that. Yeah, just the lyric right here. What's it about?
Confession.
Yeah, I guess it's the main character's. So she was lured into a vampire cult, and that's how she became a vampire. This is her kind of starting her own sort of movement to draw people in to take power from the person who turned it.
Yeah, and this song happens before Midnight Massacre. If you came to our last show, you have heard of Midnight Massacre. We also played it at the last Vanguard show. So Midnight Massacre is where the queen finally claims her queendom, and Confession precedes that.
If you've been anywhere I spun in like the last year, you probably heard Midnight Massacre too, because I'm like in love with that song. So
All right, so I'm gonna hit play.
cool.
Turn this way.
unmute on video.
Oh,
Hi, guys. We're back.
Hello.
Hope everybody had loved the videos and loved the interviews. So before we have no more script anymore. We're now off script officially. But I know Rebecca and Colin wanted to ask me some questions about my journey into all of this. But before we do, does Amulet or Johnny or Daniel have anything else they want to add here?
tomorrow night, I will be spinning at Slash Run. It's a variety show like the ones we were doing during COVID times online. First one out in the real world. So we're going to have Hex Me. We're going to have the Electric Grandmother. We're going to have Psy and Ball. We'll have Drag King. We're going to have burlesque, sideshow, all sorts of stuff. And it's for all the low price of candy for hips.
I'd just like to say how cool I think the confession track is. It sounds great. Really enjoyed that. I just wanted to dance, but if we get up and dance, it would be kind of weird on this because you won't only see the roses and be just like just disappearing.
Yes.
Anyway, it was really cool. Great track, guys. Really good. Loved it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, nice job.
Both y'all's tracks were just amazing. I'm just loving the vocals and everything y'all are putting out there.
Thank you. So I probably just want to remind everybody to look out for our February 11th event. It's going to be super fun, a big party. So everyone must come. That'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be great. So yeah, everyone's invited. I think you're going to have a really good time, and we'll have hopefully a lot of great DJs, and the visuals are going to be fun too. So look forward to some surprises on that. Public bar, February 11th, 2022 in Washington, DC.
For those as old as me, that's the old Roxy.
Oh, the old Roxy? Wow.
Yeah.
All right. I used to go to the old Roxy. So
Yeah, it's really an interesting venue. The stage is actually above the bar and it's sort of split levels.
yeah, I used
The
to-
mezzanine, and you can look down on the band from the mezzanine. That's going to be the VIP area, and then the sound system's great. So we're looking forward to rocking it out at Public in February. So it's going to be really fun.
I'll just say thanks for having me here. I'm very excited to be able to announce that February 11th event tonight. It's a very exciting, mostly well-planned thing that is just, I hope, gonna knock everybody's socks off. I really enjoyed both tracks. I'm glad I got to, take part in this event. Congratulations to Amulet and the Neuro Farm on your new music. And I'm glad we got a chance to debut it here with a special audience. And then I'm excited to hear how Chris got into this Procession Magazine stuff. So take it away.
Yeah, and thanks, Daniel, for helping with the February event. We really appreciate that. And you too, Chris.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Hey.
Let me just direct you to our TNF TV producer, Colin.
So TNF TV is just that's our fancy nifty name for our blog and vlog that we host right off of our main band website. And we started that last year during COVID, just as a way to kind of keep in touch with our friends around the music community, here in the DC area and beyond as well, just to find out what they're doing, share a little bit about how they have been spending their time during COVID, what things might be on the horizon for them, and also just ask some sort of frivolous, silly questions of them too. So some of them are in print form, some of them are in video interviews. So TNF TV is our little blog, again, off our main website if anyone ever wants to check that out. So this is a perfect opportunity to do our first ever live TNF TV broadcast. So thank you, Chris.
Absolutely. Happy to help.
Yeah.
One thing I just want to say before we kind of go to the bonus episode here, I just wanted to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank the Neuro Farm, thank Amulet for putting this together. I know it's a little sweaty at times, but we really, really appreciate it. And as far as DistriCtWAVE goes, we do anticipate that this will be a semi-regular event. I think we're all going to continue to work on it, but we're also going to try to highlight other musicians around DC and really put on more events coming up. So if anybody's interested in helping out, certainly feel free to reach out to me. We're really looking to grow this because I really, really feel there's a lot of amazing music and people in and around DC, and we really, really want to highlight it. So yeah, just feel free to reach out, and thank you, everybody. So anyway.
Okay.
Question
so-
for you. Question
Oh.
So it's been almost a year since we
It
first
was-
reached
I
out
was
to.
Thinking it was about a year ago that we took the pictures for the
Yeah.
magazine. It was in October.
Yeah,
So
time flies.
I know.
So how long were you thinking about creating a print magazine before you actually did it?
It started over the summer with COVID, with the whole shutdown and everything like that. It was more out of frustration because I was getting sick of TV and online Zoom meetings and just news and everything. And I thought, you know, what would be cool was like an old school propaganda style magazine that, you know, you could sit under a tree and read. So latest issue. So really it just started as just a kind of an idea. And then I really was, I think you and you were the last show actually I saw before the whole shutdown, was the show at Vanguard. And I thought, wow, there's some really great music just locally in DC. And I also knew a few other bands that I thought were really, really cool. So I just reached out and said, hey, do you want to be part of this crazy thing? And surprisingly, people said yes.
Yeah, look how far it's come.
I know. And people are still saying yes, which is kind of strange to me.
Did you have any sense of A, how much work is involved in doing a print magazine that's never existed before?
Right.
And B, now a year later, have you been pleased with the results and the readership so far?
I mean, I'm thrilled. I mean, this is beyond my wildest dreams of, you know, being able to just have the opportunity to interview bands that I just, you know, either grew up with or just I absolutely idolize. Like, this is a complete labor of love for me. Like the Boot Blacks, who I saw in Tampa, just an amazing band. You guys, just everything, just being able to interact with people and really being able to kind of share what I love about the whole scene. It was just such a great experience for me. As far as it, I had no idea, and again, we still, I know, you know, there's still a lot to do, but the reception's been amazing. People's just support of it has been amazing, and you know, no. The short answer is, but as far as the work goes, there are definitely, and I think everybody who works, because I will say I'm not the only one who does it. We have a wonderful creative staff of other people like me, crazy people like me, who put in a lot of work too. But you know, there's definitely days where it's frustrating, but you know, you get to end up interviewing or talking to some great, you know, goth bands that you grew up with, who I can't name, but they're going to be in the next issue, and it just kind of blows your mind. So there's always that push and the pull. You know, it has its ups and downs like everything, but it is certainly a great experience.
Sounds fun.
Yes,
Sounds fun too.
yes.
And how do you find, or how do you decide on the kind of bands or artists that you'd like to feature in an upcoming issue? How far out do you do that, and how do you decide?
We usually do it. It's a good question, and I really don't have a standard answer to it. You know, we try to start. We have a quarterly cycle, so we try to start figuring out what the next issue is when we're kind of getting to the end of the production cycle. So right about now is when we're starting to actually start think about who we're going to put in the next issue that comes out. As far as criteria goes, there's there's no litmus test or anything like that. It's really just one of the criteria is it has to be a relevant artist, someone within the scene, someone who's making music or has put out an album recently. And we really, I think the focus of anything is new music. We don't want to be a magazine that's looking backwards too much. I love the Sisters of Mercy, but I don't think anybody really wants another magazine that's just.
We know about them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that isn't to say if Andrew Eldridge called me out.
Turned down.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, that will never happen. But
We're busy.
yeah,
Sorry,
exactly. But no, I think the real genesis is really just there's so much good music out there these days being made by really amazing, passionate people, and we just want to capture that.
Keep it up. Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
What was the long-term vision for the magazine?
Keep it going as long as possible. But no, I think I honestly, I don't mean to get on the soapbox here, but to bring it back to what we're doing tonight, we really want to be a positive influence on the community. I was in Tampa at Absolution Fest a few weeks ago, and really it was just amazing being in a room with people who share your interests, who I could just have a half an hour conversation about the Claim of Zymox with. And that's not something I get on a daily basis, but we had a brunch and we were just talking about boot blacks and other stuff like that. So really, I'm in awe of what other people are doing these days. Obscura Undead, who were there in Tampa, and other people throughout the scene, and we just want to kind of make it more of a community and kind of get people excited about it.
I get the sense that the community really appreciates well done journalism about interesting bands that they want to know more about, number one. And number two, as you said earlier, a print version.
Yeah.
These days, with everything being so online and digital based and scrolling and all that, it's really nice to hold something in your hands and just flip the pages. It really is nice experience. So awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
check
you.
out the glossy pages.
Yeah.
Subscribe
Show-
to Procession.
Show who's on the back. Show who's on the back.
Amulet.
Yeah.
We were in the first issue also.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, you like to
Absolutely.
do this event with bands on the back.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Awesome work, Chris. Love it.
No, thank you guys. And again, just feel free to reach out to me with any questions. And thanks to the Neuro Farm. You guys are amazing. I really love your music. And thanks to Amulet. I love their music too. And yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in, and we'll see you guys soon.
Yeah, thank you. Good night.
Bye.
Thanks to everybody.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is Chris Canner from Procession Magazine. We just wanted to reach out and thank everyone for the great support we've had over the past year. We can't thank everyone enough for all the wonderful feedback we've had. It's truly a dream come true for all of us to be able to feature some of the best bands in the goth and darkwave scene today. We're having a blast, and we hope that everyone enjoys the magazine as much as we do. So be sure to check out issue number 4, which features great bands like Then Comes Silence, Boot Blacks, October Burns Black, Curly and Camera, Vision Video, and many, many more. Check it out today at processionmagazine.com.
Hey, I'm Renee, also known as Mute Witness in the online world. I'm one of the co-editors/writers for Procession, and I maintain our Instagram and Facebook. So what I love most about being a part of Procession Magazine is making connections with and also for like-minded people who are passionate about music and this subculture. So music has always been a constant component of my life, and there's a lot of it out there, especially right now. It's overwhelming, and it can be so hard to find what's good as a listener and also to get noticed as a musician. So I just love stumbling across a great sound and not only sharing it through the magazine or our social media, but also connecting musicians with other musicians or with DJs, podcasters, venues, other creatives, or even just friends who I think need to know about someone. It's the supportive spirit in the current scene that keeps everything thriving.
This is Renee, creative director for Procession Magazine. I've always been passionate about music, so having this opportunity to directly connect with artists while working together with a high caliber team has been truly amazing. Here I get to break traditional rules of page layout in order to bring you the edgiest music magazine on the scene today. Enjoy.
Hello everyone, Elizabeth here. I'm the Flatfields correspondent for Procession Magazine. It's my job to go have adventures and then write them up into stories for your delight. I joined the magazine to support the dark arts.
This is John. I have experience in both the deaf industry and the music distribution biz. So when the opportunity came for Procession, it seemed like a natural fit. And I'm just lucky enough to be surrounded by a team who has as much love and admiration for the genre as I do.